Let's be real. Hunting for a legit 9mm pistol under 500 bucks right now feels a lot like trying to buy a dependable used pickup. You're either swimming in great on paper options that start acting up the minute you put your first couple mags through them, or you're one click away from a $900 starter gun with a trigger that feels like you're stepping on a soggy potato. But here's the deal. You absolutely can grab a reliable, accurate, honestly enjoyable 9mm handgun without donating an organ to the cause. And I'm not talking about some sketchy zinc alloy range toy that you'd never trust when things get serious. I mean real pistols. Pistols that keep running when they're dirty. Pistols that can handle daily carry, home defense, and the kind of bumps and knocks real life dishes out. In this video, I'm walking you through 7 budget-friendly 9mm pistols that flat out deliver. These aren't cheap picks. They're range-tested, shooter-approved workhorses that earn their keep. So whether you're brand new to handguns or you just refuse to overpay on principle, you're in the right spot. Let's get into it. And we're starting with one a lot of folks already recognize. And yeah, there's a reason. Let's kick it off with a little savage that disappears easier than your bad decisions on a Friday night. The Ruger Max 9. This thing is small, no doubt, but don't let the size trick you. Ruger didn't just crank out another Micro 9. They built a feature-packed, optics-ready concealed carry bruiser that fits your waistband and doesn't wreck your wallet. First thing you notice, it's tiny, roughly Glock 43 sized, but somehow it still gives you 10+1 or 12+1 capacity. That is a big deal in the micro-compact world. Ruger figured out how to cram real firepower into a pistol that's barely over 6 inches long, and they still made it shootable. And here's the real win. It comes optics ready from the factory. No pricey slide milling, no aftermarket drama. Mount your red dot of choice and you're off to the races. But if you're an iron sight diehard, that high visibility tritium fiber optic front sight is bright enough to feel like it's trying to burn a hole in your eyeball in low light. It's excellent. Now, full disclosure, I carried this one for about 6 months straight last year. It's light, it's thin, it's smooth and snag-free, and it still gives you a legit grip. Not that pinky hanging in the breeze nonsense you get with some other Micro 9s. Reliability? In my gun, I ran everything through it. Brass, aluminum, steel case, hollow points, even that weird lacquered Russian stuff. It didn't care. Eat, eject, repeat. It ran clean right out of the box. No break-in ritual required. Is it a competition trigger? No, but it's predictable. The reset is clean, and it won't surprise you in a bad way. For what you're paying, usually around $399 to $440, you're getting features you'd expect on pistols that cost 200 bucks more. If you want small with teeth, the Ruger Max 9 is a proven pick. All right, we just went from the pistol everybody knows to the one almost nobody talks about. And that's a shame, because the Mossberg MC2c is one of the most surprising carry pistols I've personally tested under 500, and it deserves way more love. Yeah, that Mossberg, the pump-action shotgun legends. Turns out they didn't just try handguns. They stepped in like they meant it. The MC2c is a striker-fired, polymer-framed, double-stack 9mm, and it gives you 13+1 or 15+1 rounds. It's sneaky slim too, just a hair over an inch wide, but it still gives you a full, solid grip. This is one of those compacts that doesn't feel like you're trying to hold onto a wet bar of soap. And here's the shocker. The trigger is excellent, not good for the money. I mean genuinely crisp, clean break, short, positive reset. I fed mine a full buffet, brass, steel, defensive hollow points. And in my sample, it never sent a plate back to the kitchen. No malfunctions, no weirdness. Just that quiet, confident cycling you want in a pistol that might one day matter a whole lot. They also added smart little details, a reversible mag release, tool-free takedown, and slide serrations that actually work without turning your hands into hamburger. Mossberg doesn't have the handgun street reputation yet, and that's probably why this thing stays underrated. No hype, no inflated price tag, just a reliable, easy shooting pistol that proves cost isn't everything. Now let's switch gears, because this next one solves a problem most manufacturers pretend doesn't exist. The Smith & Wesson M and P9 Shield EZ is hands down one of the most user-friendly 9mm out there. And if you care more about shootability than looking cool on the internet, this one's for you. Everything about the EZ is built to remove barriers. The slide is ridiculously easy to rack. Recoil is soft and controllable. And yeah, it has a grip safety, but it melts into your hands so you barely even register it. I've handed this pistol to friends who struggle to rack a standard Glock 19, and you can literally watch their face change. They light up. That's what this gun does. It builds confidence. It's ideal for older shooters, folks with arthritis, or brand new shooters who need something they can run and trust immediately. Inside, it's an internal hammer-fired design, and that gives you a trigger pull that's smoother and more straight through than most striker-fired guns in this category. No gritty take-up. No confusing, where's the wall moment. Just a steady, clean pull. Capacity is 8+1, but the mags have that built-in loading assist tab, so you don't need Hulk thumbs to get them topped off. Is it a high-capacity blaster? No, but for self-defense, it's plenty. This pistol isn't tactical cosplay. It's a real-world tool for people who need something dependable that they can actually shoot well. And for that, it's criminally underrated. All right, now we're going overseas to Turkey. Before you clutch your pearls or click out, hear me. These next two pistols are straight up rewriting what budget gun can mean. They're hitting way above their price class. First up, the tank of the list, the SAR-9 Compact. This is not some pop metal clone. This is a duty-grade 9mm pistol, and its bigger brother has a reputation for passing very hard military-style testing built around reliability standards commonly associated with NATO service use. SAR-USA brings that same overbuilt toughness into a carry-friendly size. Think Glock-like slide vibes on a VP9-style grip. With a price tag that makes the big-name brands sweat, you get 15+1 capacity, ambidextrous controls, and a low-bore axis that makes recoil feel buttery. But the grip, that's where it really shines. Interchangeable back straps, ergonomics that lock into your hand like it was made for you. It just feels right. And performance-wise, this isn't a shoot 200 rounds and baby it gun. This is a beat it up and see what happens gun. In my own range time, I put over 1,200 rounds through mine without a single malfunction. I ran it hot. I dropped it in the dirt at the range, and it just did not care. It's a workhorse. For around 350 to 400, the value is borderline stupid. If the SAR-9 is the tank, then the Canik TP9 Elite SC is the sports car, and it revolves around one thing, the trigger. First time I pressed the trigger on a TP9, I literally blinked. Not because it kicked, it's soft shooting. I blinked because I thought something was wrong. It was too good for the price. You get a clean wall, a crisp glass rod style break, and one of the shortest, most tactile resets in the class. Right out of the box, this trigger embarrasses some pistols that cost $700. It's the kind of trigger that makes you want to burn through a mag just because it's fun. But it's not only the trigger. The build feels tight, the slide finish is tough as nails, and the feature set is there. You get a 12-round flush magazine and a 15-round extended magazine, and it's optics ready. For around 400, the TP9 Elite SC doesn't feel like a compromise. It feels like you got away with something. All right, we're down to the final two, and I'm splitting the top spot here because best can mean different things. First, we're crowning the undisputed king of value. Then, we'll talk about the king of performance. Let me say it like this. If budget pistols had a royal family, the Taurus G3X would be sitting on the throne, wearing a crown and holding a 15-round magazine like it's a scepter. I'm not joking. This pistol has no business being this solid for under $300. And yet, here we are. Now listen, I know Taurus has had a rocky reputation, no argument, but in the last few years, they've done a full 180, and the G3 series is the proof. The G3X is a smart hybrid setup. It takes the compact slide from the G3C to keep it carry-friendly, then pairs it with the full-size 15-round grip of the G3. So you get better recoil control, a better draw, and more ammo on tap. It's genuinely the best of both worlds. The trigger is a unique two-stage system, smooth initial pull, and it has restrike capability. Is it match grade? No. But it's consistent, and it's easy to learn. But reliability, that's where it earns the crown. I've watched these things chew through thousands of rounds of the nastiest, cheapest junk ammo you can find. The kind of stuff you'd be nervous to run in a $1,000 pistol. The G3X? It just cycles it. For the money, it's extremely hard to beat for capability, reliability, and features in 2025. The Taurus G3X is the undisputed value king. But if you can stretch the budget just a little, and you care more about pure shooting performance than the absolute lowest price, this is your move. Meet the shooter's choice, the CZ-P10C. This is not just another polymer striker pistol. This thing was built from the ground up to beat Glock at Glock's own game. And depending who you ask, it did. First thing, ergonomics. The P10C fits your hand like it grew there. Grip angle is spot on, texture is aggressive without being painful, and the controls sit exactly where you want them. If you've ever felt like you were fighting Glock's grip angle, this will feel like a breath of fresh air. And then we get to the trigger. You get that defined wall, and that crisp break CZ is known for. It's tuned for fast, consistent, accurate shooting. But what makes it special is the whole package, the ergonomics, the trigger, the low bore axis. That helps the gun shoot ridiculously flat and fast. Reliability is rock solid. I've got over 1,000 rounds through mine, some suppressed, some filthy, and it just keeps ticking. It doesn't get ammo picky, it just runs. And you can regularly find them around $450. So let me land the plane with this. If I had to pick one pistol from this whole list to shoot blindfolded, under pressure, in the dark, I'm grabbing the CZ. No hesitation. It's the gun that proves affordable doesn't have to mean performance compromise. It's the true shooter's pistol on this list. So there you go. 7 solid pistols that prove you don't need a 4-figure price tag to get something you'd trust with your life. Price doesn't always equal performance. Now I want to hear from you. Which one are you picking? What's your value king? And what's your shooter's choice? Drop it in the comments, hit like if this helped, and subscribe so you don't miss what's next. I've got more gear, more grit, and more real talk coming your way. See you in the next one.